think a lot of people tend to believe that our past is in the past. And so when we hear old stories or watch old movies, read old books, it's so easy to say, oh, that's how it used to be and it's not that way anymore. A good example of that is in the movie we watched recently for American Heritage, which is called All the King's Men. A movie in which Willie Stark becomes part of an elaborate plan to split the vote for the presidential election. I think it's easy to look at that sort of movie and say, oh, that sort of corruption doesn't exist because that's what we want to believe, right? But I don't think that's true. I think that sort of corruption does still exist, and I think we saw it in the most recent presidential election. We saw it with President Trump, who didn't necessarily try and split the vote, but he tried to really get the people to believe in him, even though maybe he didn't really deserve their belief in him. He aroused this idea of making America great again, when in reality maybe that's not exactly what he wanted to do. And I think that's a lot that's very similar to what Willie Stark did in All the King's Men. He kind of got people to believe him, and even when it came out that he was corrupt, people had this deep belief in him, and it didn't really matter quite so much that he was corrupt because the people supported him. And I think that sort of problem definitely still exists in politics today, as unfortunate as that may be.